So I want to make a quick video talking about how it's all easier said than done, and actions definitely speak louder than words, right? So I remember the last few years, I tell people, "Ooh, I can't wait to make my YouTube channel. It's gonna be the easiest thing in the world, and that I'm gonna record a million videos, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna always record my videos." That I remember telling people like, I can't wait to, I can't wait to achieve all my goals within sports, or telling people I'm gonna easily be able to bench 315 by the end of next summer. Like, we'll tell people a million things and it sounds good in our head because we got this whole, you know, 5 second game plan about how we're going to achieve it. And like, yo, like we gonna really put the work in and achieve it, right? Or we talk about, for those of our religion, we talk about, oh yeah, we're gonna make sure we go to church every Sunday. We're gonna make sure we pick up the Bible and read the Bible more often. Maybe we could start going to church on that Wednesday also. You get what I'm saying? Or we could also talk about how, yeah, I'm gonna show up to the gym every day. Put that You show up to the gym every day, I'm gonna put that work in, I'm gonna be grinding. Or we talk about how we want to get a job, we want to work 7 days a week at this job, and after we get off work, we want to work on our side hustle, and you make these million promises to yourself, but you know what I'm saying? But the truth is, this stuff take a lot of work, right? One thing we gotta understand is that I think it's a great idea to always prepare for the worst, right? I'm just speaking like what's coming from my mind right now. This video is not planned out at all. Because when in my life, I see that I personally made a lot of plans in my life other people have, but sometimes in life, things just don't go as planned, right? So when you make these goals, you make these game plans for your life, prepare for the worst case scenario, and prepare for like what things, like what can you possibly do when things don't go as planned, right? Okay, for example, I said that I want to bench 315 by the end of last summer, right? But I had to lose weight because I ran track. I want to be at a certain weight. Okay, so trying to get much stronger and try to lose weight at the same time is not really the best idea, right? Or and I got injured twice, right? So when it comes to performance goals, right? You got injuries. You could have health problems. You could, what I'm saying, you get sick, or you could sprain your ankle, or you're not moving horses, or you getting really stressed. You got other million things going on. So you got to find ways to adapt to, adapt and change and tweak a few things so you can get things done, right? For example, right? You gotta give yourself, you can give yourself a longer time frame, or you can say, I would like to do, if it's something that's, if you set a goal, right? And you know that you have to be at a certain level of consistency compared to other things where you could still be consistent but not as consistent. You could tweak your goals a little less because it's like, okay, this is more realistic, right? Compared to making like a 60 improvement on bench press, right? Are you trying to lose 60 pounds in a few months or 2 years? So like, just think about it. Same thing with that, with weight loss, right? You tracking your calories and stuff. You tracking your calories and stuff, and then bam, life happens. You get sick, so you can't eat the foods that you wanted to eat because you gotta eat foods that help you recover faster, right? Or you get hurt, so you can't go for walks and burn calories or go for jogs anymore, right? This, like, life always throw battles at you. Life always right? So like while we making these goals, right in our head, it could sound great. It could sound like the best idea in the world, but how are you gonna respond to that, right? How are you gonna respond when things don't go as planned? Like how are you gonna pick yourself up when things don't go as planned, right? You show up to max out day in the gym, or you step on the scale and you see you lose the amount of pounds that you want to lose. How are you gonna respond to that? Are you gonna give up? Or are you gonna go harder? Or are you gonna find a different game plan? Sometimes it will take you switching your game plan 12 times. Sometimes it'll take you switching it 20 times. You got to adapt and find out what works best for you so you can achieve that goal, right? Because sometimes that first plan not the best plan for you, and you learn that from experience, right? Sometimes in life, when you want to do something, when you know that you give yourself a good month, things will go great. But sometimes that first week could be the hardest week for you. But once you make it past that first week, things start falling in line for you, right? Sometimes you got to work really hard for those first 2 years. For that third year, the things finally start falling in line for you, right? We can't be too quick. We can't be too quick to give up. And that when life happens, we gotta understand that it's not meant for us, right? We just gotta adapt to it. We gotta get back up, right? It's easy to achieve a goal when every day going as planned. It's easy to stay consistent when everything goes as planned, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you tell yourself, I want to drink more water every day. Then, your refrigerator start working, so now you gotta go out and buy water bottles or go fill it up at other places. You're like, oh, I don't want to do all that. That take a lot of work. You just realize that the consistency was gonna be as easy as you thought it was, right? Or you tell yourself you want to quit drinking alcohol, but you go to back-to-back family parties and there's alcohol everywhere. You be like, you know what? I could take these 3 days off. The next, that 3 days turn to a week. Then that week turn into a month. Then next thing you know, you back to drinking alcohol all the time again, right? Consistency take work. Achieving those goals take work. They never said it was gonna be easy. Yes, in your head, man, working really hard, doing this for 3 years, that sounds so easy. But what about the fact that sometimes your schedule won't align how you want it to align every day, but you got to readjust your schedule and do things in different orders so you can achieve your goal out for that day. Sometimes you might have to wake up out your sleep to eat an extra meal, to gain weight. Sometimes you might have to starve yourself one day to reach reach your calorie deficit so you can lose weight. Sometimes you cannot go to them family parties that you really wanted to go to because there's alcohol gonna be there or things you're not supposed to condone and that's gonna be there. Sometimes you got plans within your relationship, but then that don't work out. Is those plans that you can switch to be individual plans? You get what I'm saying? We can't predict the future. Only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? So what are you gonna do? Right? For example, within my life, I wanted to go to the gym every morning around 5 o'clock, but there been days I had to go late at night. There's days I had to go in the afternoon. There's days I had to go at 6 or 7. There's days I had to go at 4 o'clock. I said I want to go at 5, but I'm like, okay. As of right now, I'm still adjusting to the schedule. So when life throws something randomly come out of nowhere, I'm just not gonna go to the gym today. I'm just not gonna go to the gym today just because I can't go at that exact time. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go at a time that could fit into my schedule that day. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. It's all in the mind, right? It's all in your mind. The quicker you understand that is all easier said than done, the more work you could actually put in. The more work you will look towards putting in. I met people who told me that, you know what, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna start going to the gym. They'll go to the gym 2 days in a row. They ask them like, dang, what happened? Why you stop going? Oh, schoolwork. Oh, I had a school event. Or, oh, my work schedule. I'm like, so you couldn't go before your school event or after your school event? You couldn't go after you finish your homework or before you finish your homework? You couldn't wake up an extra hour earlier to do it? But yeah, I bet when it was playing out in their head, yay, yay, I'm finna go to the gym. I'm gonna reach my body goals. Oh, yay, I'm gonna start drinking my water. But then I realized you have to force yourself to drink the water. You know what I'm saying? Even when you don't want to. In your head, it sounds good. Yeah, that's real good. Hydrating every day, that sounds so easy. But then when you go filling up your water bottle, fill up your water jug or whatever you're drinking out of, you seen that you actually have to put the effort in to hydrate. You actually have to put the effort in to watch what you're eating, to gain weight or to lose weight or to improve your athletic performance. Because to improve your athletic performance, it don't look like clubbing 24/7 or partying 24/7. It don't look like staying up late at night. To improve your athletic performance, what it look like is getting more hours of sleep, going to sleep at a decent hour so you can wake up at a decent hour so you can eat the foods that you need to eat throughout the day, taking care of your mental health, getting rid of those stressful relationships and stressful situations in your life so your body can recover faster. That's what improving athletic performance. You'll tell somebody that, yeah, man, that's easy. They're like, what? I really have to get rid of this? But yes, you really do have to get rid of this if you want to improve. Then they realize, like, okay, they stick to it for 2 weeks, right? They sleeping good. Then that third day, some traumatic life experience happened. Then they say, you know what? I had a bad day. Maybe I will never catch up again. Like, no, like that's life for you. Life is gonna throw things your way. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna let that one night of bad sleep ruin it? Or are you gonna next day you go, like, you know what? I'm gonna fix my sleep schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you can set goals, you can have a game plan, but you got different obstacles that come throughout the process to knock you off. But to be honest, it's not really knock you off. It's just rerouting you, right? Just look at it that way. Instead of this is knocking me off, this is rerouting me. The quicker you look at it that way, the easier it be with your life. But yeah, that's the video for today. It's all easier said than done. And that is, what I'm saying? It's easy to say you go do something, but reality is that when you have to do it, you really have to do it. And that sometimes it just take additional steps, additional game plans, going back to the drawing board to find different game plans that you can bring into your life that can work for you to achieve those goals. Because it's not that easy. If it was that easy, everybody would achieve their goals. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's it for today.